focus on one thing for a long amount of time, it will allow you to grow and diversify. Simply what we did with the cleaning business.
Yeah.
Focusing on one thing and then allowing us to grow and diversify. It's for us to go on and say, okay, we want to do commercial now. We want to do Airbnb now, all those things. Now, granted, you can start from the jump doing everything, but especially when you don't really know much about the business, you could be pulled in different ways and then you kind of give up because it becomes frustrating. But if I just focus on residential, get that down pack, and then I branch into something else, it doesn't feel like a necessity. It feels like, okay, this is what I want to do now, and now my business can go in that way. I think of it just like with maybe Target. They probably just, I don't know exactly what they started with, but I know they wasn't selling wine in every store, and they still don't sell wine in every store.
Amazon.
Right? Amazon sells wine?
No, books.
You just saying in general, huh?
No.
Oh, they
Amazon.
started out as books.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So you start somewhere, get it down pack, and then you continue to grow it. And that's what they're speaking about here. Also, they said they don't tell you that whoever has started focus on one stream, like we said, and grew and allowed it to invest in the other 6. So that was the case for us, cleaning business. And then it says, okay, now we can get a virtual assistant company. Now we can get rental properties because we focus on this one thing that has now allowed us to move and branch out. We've excelled with this one thing. And I think that's the difference with people. Usually we just multiple things at once. And that's usually a problem. But
yeah, that is a problem, and it can become challenging too. This is why we're trying to convince you that you can have too many streams of income. Yeah. But the thing about the focus on one thing for a long time is that a lot of big companies focus on one thing at a time and then kind of grew on. So Amazon was one of them where they focused on books for quite some time, and then they moved on to literally everything else.
Like, we got this. We got this.
I don't know what came after books, right? It was books and then whatever it was.
Who knows?
They focused on one thing. Amazon's like, listen, we're going to focus on one stream of income. We're going to focus on getting books to people. We're going to focus on selling books. And then once we master the selling books and getting people online and getting our fulfillment and getting orders out on time, and then it's like, all right, we might try to say, all right, let's try to do 5-day shipping because everyone was doing probably like 7-day back then. Or even 2 weeks. So let's get this right. Let's get this down packed. And then let's move on. All right, let's try to do 3-day shipping. Now we can try other products. And then also, let's try other people's products. So focusing on that one thing, getting really good, and then diversifying what you're focused on should be the name of the game.
Yeah. So they just keep expanding on what is working. So that's the thing. You don't have to be doing multiple things. Expand on that one thing that is working and make a whole ecosystem around that. It's a no-brainer to me, but we kind of, I think in this day and age as well, you know, with social media, there's so many avenues that you can go, and people just want to do it all, which can be okay, but promise if you focus on one thing, maybe that's your thing. And we're not speaking about like, well, I kind of tested out to see what would work for me. I feel like that's a little different versus me saying I have to have an Airbnb, I have to do trucking, I got to do vending machines. I'm just naming the things that are out there. I got to do vending machines, then I got to be a business coach, and I got to do a cleaning business. Something gonna slack unless you have somebody in place, but generally we do not. So something's gonna slack.
I saw this tweet today, and I thought it was really literally the epitome of this episode. This person said, I forgot exactly who they were and what they said, but they said, I could do the cleaning business, I could do the trucking, I could do Airbnbs, I could do all this stuff, but I don't know what to do first. I got my mind everywhere, and I don't know where to start. And this reminded me of something you just said this week or today or whatever. He was like, we used to be action takers. And that's one thing that people get away from when you got too many things happening. It's hard to take action on one thing.
Yeah.